Hello everyone, this is James Choi speaking. I would like to introduce to you the system overview for the brand new MiYO system. MiYO is a very unique system that was inspired by NSYNC Stain and Glaze Kit. The system includes 18 bottles in total, and it's broken into 3 different categories for use: translucent colors, opaque colors, and structured material. The translucent colorants add color and translucency without altering final value. Opacious colorants are used to create an effective contrast next to translucent colors. And the structure material. The kit includes 5 different kinds of structure. Unlike any other material that is out in the market today, this material is used to create lobes, edges, final form, even hyperfine surface texture like the paracromata, all during the wet stage, and bring the scattering effect of traditional ceramic to your monolithic restorations. This material brings freedom to the user to be creative and effective at the same time. With the MiYO system, our imagination is the only limit. This is a short video to introduce the one-shot technique using MiYO system. There's a very important protocol to eliminate surface tension on your monolithic restoration. Lightly air braid surface with 50 microns, no more than 2 bars of pressure to break that surface tension. Or if you're against any kind of air braiding, you can rub ceramic powder with glaze liquid to break that surface tension on your monolithic restoration. First, it's important to apply a very thin layer of glaze liquid to break the surface tension and for the colors to flow easier. Translucent clementine was used for the chroma near the gingiva region. All translucent bottles in MiYO adds color and translucency without altering any value. Translucent straw is applied for the body 1/3. Avoid brush strokes at all times. The most optimal way of applying colors from MiYO is to dab and drag like opaque application. Here's a quick tip on shade taking. When you check for shade using tabs, make sure you look from all angles of the tab to avoid optical illusions for the target shade. Now translucent storm is applied for the incisive 1/3. It's not about the intensity of the colors. Instead, it's all about contrast. Always think contrast when working with MiYO on your monolithic restoration. As you can see here, I dabbed the color to a nice gradient of a transition, creating an initial canvas before all the effects are applied. Check my target value once again in all angles. Now the real fun starts. Slightly intensify the mesial and the distal corners to mimic the transparent effect of a natural teeth. Mamelon coral is applied, starting with the mesial lobe. As you can see, I'm constantly avoiding any kind of brush strokes. Float your colors on top. The beauty of MiYO is the fact that you have the freedom to move your colors on the wet surface without mixing them or worrying about puddling after the firing cycle. You can start to see the color effects are now starting to come together and form a nice contrast, creating a layered look on a monolithic restoration. Here is Halo Spring to create my halo effect. The material itself will not mix unless you intentionally do so. Halo usually wraps around the corners near the interproximal region. So dab and float your color around the corners. Use stained linen and snow to finalize all the effects, adding a stronger contrast to all the translucent colors that you applied. Here I'm using stained linen, creating my final illusion, making all the effects pop into three-dimensional look of a layered ceramic on the incisal 1/3 region. And some spots to create the stronger contrast. Stained snow is applied, which is pure white, create a value difference near the gingiva region to slightly bump up the contrast and value. I personally like to add some translucent bands or spots, but be careful not to go too intense. Being subtle is the most important thing next to contrast. Create a subtle barrier and add some spots to achieve the depth that you're looking for. Let's make sure that the entire surface is covered with the glaze medium, either MiYO or glaze paste. Then we fire. For added depth and translucency, we also have the option to use the hybrid technique, which is the spray glaze. The reason for spray glaze in one-shot technique is to avoid altering the position of all the colors and effects that are applied and have the glaze coating on top. Key to spray glaze is not to hit the restoration on your initial spray. Spray to the side and drag it across the restoration 2 to 4 times before firing. And here's the fired look.